Hello. Welcome once again to another, I suppose, like a love relationship video, whatever. We did logical dating advice and we'll keep going with that. I've done the last one to, like, I suppose, help guys get dates, but I think we'll do one for girls as well. But in any case, this one is going to be how to get over feeling heartbroken. So I have some things to say. And I hope that whoever resonates with it really helps you, because I was like born melancholy and like moody and gloomy, like a dark stormy cloud just like followed me. And I don't take heartbreak well. Like, I'm just not the type of person. So I've never really like dealt with that really well. Just like, I don't know, like poor self-worth or something when I was younger. But in any case, I have some things to say. So if you're heartbroken, welcome, first of all. You can find much more videos in the description, okay? For those that don't know, though, the three of you that are here, I'm sure you do, I do astrology readings, and I do have a spouse description and love reading up. I'm actually gonna combine them and just have like a love reading and like knock off some of the price, and then that will like just make more sense, I think. I think that's more fair, like an average price point. Anyway. Being heartbroken, what is the value in heartbreak? There's actually a lot of value in like getting rejected or dumped. So one thing I want to mention first and foremost about like worth and what you actually want. There was this recording from like Abraham Hicks, and I don't want to hear it. People are like, I don't like Abraham Hicks. Toxic positivity, okay? The only people I ever hear say that don't actually understand what Abraham Hicks are saying. They're saying like you have to reach for a better feeling thought. They're not saying that you have to like aggressively deny how you feel. They never say that. They even say anger is powerful because it moves you from a place of hopelessness into a place of empowerment, right? And it's always like some really snarky, I don't know, like the last person that said that was like so like insecure and like rude and cruel to others, you know, and I'm just like, shut up. Anyway, they said, there was this guy who said, I don't know, like I attracted the ideal woman and we were like friends, and I told her how I felt and she didn't want anything to do with me. And I want to know why I got rejected if I was feeling so good about this connection. And they said, you didn't get rejected, you repelled, because you wanted something you didn't believe you could have, right? And then another thing too is sometimes the other person just isn't ready for you, and this is very true. So for those that don't know, I'm a little bit older than 24, okay? And I've spoken to men, I've spoken to women, and something I've come to find in my time on earth is sometimes people get left or pushed away or like rejected because on some subconscious level, the person that they're wanting or the person that they're with is actually fully aware, they're fully aware that maybe you don't have a future together, or in order to do what needs to be done to keep you as a partner, they're not willing to do. It makes them insecure, it makes them feel weak. I don't want to use these words, but it's like they know you're better than them. And it's like the only way they feel that they can keep you is by like keeping you down, you know? And when you realize you don't want that and you're like, just be real with me. Like, why can't we just be together and like enjoy life and enjoy our Sundays, right? They're like, no, like I'm so scared one day you'll just like take off with someone else. I've got to like sabotage. So I will say this is generally, don't be like, okay, just generally, this is a male trait. I don't want to say men to me are like, you know, evolved and like, okay, but guys, okay, they usually will do that. They'll get with someone that and men like generally think it, I just said it, guys are like, they think in like leagues or levels. Women don't. If you make a woman feel good about herself and she feels glad that she chose you, she doesn't care about like what league, like, come on, stop. You know, so when that happens, whether you're male or female, and women can do it as well, obviously, you know, that's why I said generally, right? That generalizes things, okay? I hate having to preface stuff, but I just feel like the age we live in, everyone has something to say, and it's like usually wrong, and it's so annoying. So anyways, it's got even nothing to do with you, and then you wonder why am I like a victim in all of this? So just kind of ask yourself like where you were vibrationally when you attracted them and how you were feeling after blah 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 blah, okay? That's the first thing. Just kind of like make peace with that journey. And another thing I want to mention about heartbreak is don't stop doing what you're doing. This is really important, okay? Usually when people are lovesick, they want to crawl into a hole and like die, okay? I want to listen to like, you know, like Nick Cave, just like weep, till I'm dehydrated and like salt crystals form on my cheeks, okay? But the best thing you could do is like not give up your routine. It will keep you sane, you know? And it's harder for some people if you've lived together or if you're in the same area, because everywhere you go, it like reminds you of that person, but it's only for a while. And what I would always tell myself was, one day I won't even care about this. Like every morning I wake up, I would just be like, one day I don't even care about this. I won't even care about this. And it came true, and it's true, and it just like helped make me feel better knowing that you won't feel that way forever. Because usually when like I'm the type of person when if I have a bad day, I actually think that's my whole life. Like I'm very like nearsighted emotionally. So I'm glad I've like grasped onto some level of emotional awareness now, but it just makes you feel better, okay? And if you like don't have a job, you don't have anywhere to be, anything to do, just take a job, okay? Like it doesn't matter. Like make coffees, pump gas, nanny kids, teach skateboarding, I don't care. Like just get out of your house, just go out into the world, interact with other people, just kind of like bust out of that mental rut. Because the thing is when you're like mentally, you just like encase yourself, it's so hard. It's so hard for anyone to say anything to you that will make you feel better. You have to free yourself. It's like, please just get out of the house, you know, increase your confidence, take a road trip, change it up a little bit. Like, why do you think like, okay, women like do something drastic with their hair? I'm one of them, you know, just do something. It doesn't have to be massive, but if you can afford it, like you want to change scenery, you can do that. That's cool, you know. Don't bankrupt yourself getting like a Ferrari or whatever. Excuse me, but definitely don't stop doing how you live. Exercise is so important. You know, like where I live here, it gets really cold in the winter. I never give up my evening walks, even though I have a gym membership now. I've gone once this year, but like, you know, I try to like, I'm just saying, like, just try your best to like be physically active. Like just get those sad ass chemicals out of your system, like sweat them out, dance a little, okay? And then I also want to mention something else, especially for the younger people. Breaking up, being rejected, being pushed away, being ghosted, will breed resilience. I don't want anyone to invite that onto themselves. I'm not saying like, you should be thankful that happened to you. I think that's a shitty thing to happen. Excuse my language, but like, you know, it's not cool. I don't think like you necessarily need it to experience life, but this is the thing. You actually get better at it over time. This is a social skill set in the world because like in olden days, most people didn't marry for love. Most people don't marry for love today. And people get so mad. My ex-boyfriend used to be like, you don't, what did they marry for? All women are gold diggers. I'm like, you cheap 2-cent, shut up, okay? No, like most people don't marry for love because they don't really know what love is. And we know like the statistics, like most men would leave their wives when their wives have like a chronic illness. Like you didn't marry for love. You married for yourself. You married for convenience, right? Love is boundless. Love is vast and deep. Love is forever, right? It's the only exception to the saying never, like nothing lasts forever, okay? So most people don't marry for love. Most people don't really know what that is. And I think like in the modern day and age where we're like dating and then we like pick someone, like Esther Perel is like so amazing and so smart. You know, this is also true. So basically every time like something doesn't work out or you have to break it off with someone, you're building incredible like emotional capacity for intelligence, for skills, and this can translate. This is a transferable skill to your family members, to when you quit jobs. I have friends that are scared to quit jobs. They're like, I just keep my head down. I'm just, it's like, I don't know, but like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I can't wait to go get bullied today. Woo! Like, I don't do that. You know, like, you have to know when to leave. You have to know sometimes you're going to be left, and this is an important life skill. And it actually does get easier. So in the modern age where some people will date someone in high school, someone in university, someone when they're like 23, 25, 29, and then they finally get married, each breakup becomes easier with time because you just kind of learn it doesn't, life goes on, it happens, it's not everything to do with you, some of it is, some of it isn't. And like Iyanla Vanzant is an incredible, everyone should go listen to her. She says, whose fault is it when your heart gets broken? Okay, it's nobody's fault, but you are responsible for your heart. You are responsible. The fact that your heart got broken, because the person who broke it is not going to be the one to put it back together. You have to be put putting it back together. So I'm not saying you excuse abusive behavior. You don't excuse people who do abhorrent things to you, but you try to move them from your consciousness as best as you can and invest that energy back into yourself, okay? So just know that like every time someone does you wrong, good riddance. Good riddance, you know, and the sooner the better, because you don't want to get dragged in with them for like 3-4 decades, okay? Better a 3-4 month situationship that you feel like wasted your time and you're a little bit annoyed by that, or 3-4 years, than actually your whole life, okay? So it can always be worse, not that that's not much of a comfort, but just know that this is like actually preparing you for something so good. And I would also say, if you're the one doing the dumping, not to be, I mean, there's a great convenience in the modern age to ghost people, but I would always do the honorable thing and just say like, I think we're on different paths, I appreciate it, take care. Because when you don't give someone what they call like closure, though I don't think you need closure, and it's true, they're left to wonder what happened, and it just makes them feel worse about themselves. And you know, I'm a very spiritual person, so I feel like that might come back to some of us. So just, if you wouldn't want it done to you, you know, don't do that. Actually, I got ghosted once by a job. This is the craziest thing ever. It was a tanning salon, which is like so obviously sketchy. But I showed up to work. It was like a Tuesday after university. Like I had class. It was like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. And it was like a building that like rented a bunch of, there was like a salon next to us. And I walked into work and the place was gone. I'm not making it up. I have witnesses, okay? Like the tiles were ripped out of the floor. There was wires hanging from the ceiling. The desks were ripped out. Like the door was closed. Like, and I just turned to the salon and I was like, when did this happen? And they were like, they left like 2 days ago. Did they not tell you? I was like, no, I'm still on the schedule. Like no one called me or texted me to tell me. They just like closed that branch and they just like went out of business. They didn't tell anybody. So that's, I just like, honestly, I laughed. I thought that was so funny. But like in my first year I had 3 jobs, so I was like, whatever. But that's so weird, and it only like serves to make them look bad. So don't do that unless the person is a narcissist and you have to go no contact because you just are at your wit's end. And anytime you try to have a reasonable conversation with them, they use it as a power move to like suck you in and get something from you. Okay, that's like a good exception, or they're like actually stalking you and abusive. But if you just gone on a few dates and you're like, this isn't for me, God bless you. Go with God. Amen. You know, you're fine. Anyway, I hope that helps. Just honestly, keep doing what you're doing. Time goes by a lot quicker than you think. At the end of the day, as my friend put it really nicely, excuse my language, it's when her second husband left her, she went, no shit's worth it. Just nothing can make me sad. Like, I just don't care. Like, he should go be happy. Your kids will be better for it. I'm going to be happy. Your kids will be better for it. Like, what do I care if someone doesn't want me? I feel sorry for them. And I was like, wow, you know, like it just like something clicked in my head when she said that, and I just like haven't been sad since. You know, I have, but not to the degree I used to be. That was like that was some like Wuthering Heights shit. So thank you so much, and until next time, you can find more of my material in the descriptions below. I'm going to go forward with some astrology classes. We have some decent interest, so if you're interested in signing up, we're going to cover houses. Email me and let me know, gurugritinfo@gmail.com. I love you all, and bye-bye for now.